What's going on, y'all? It's Gum TCG here, back again with another Market Watch Mondays, and today we have nothing but yellow cards. That's right, we got the new Charlotte Pudding as well as the new Sky Island Shandoran Warrior leaders announced this past week, and I didn't get to cover them in last week's video because I had recorded it the night that Charlotte Pudding had dropped, and now's a good time to cover it because prices have gone like this, you know, they've kind of gone up and down, settled a little bit, but we have quite a lot to get through today, so definitely make sure to like this video if you like this kind of content. Subscribe if you aren't already. I know we're at like 80% of you all aren't subscribed, and it really helps me out a lot, helps grow the channel, lets more people see this content, makes me be able to make more content. So all of that helps, and if I miss anything you think that I should have included in this video, definitely let me know down in the comments below. But like I said, we're starting off with yellow cards today, and off the bat, why not start with the woman herself, Charlotte Pudding? So of course Charlotte Pudding got a leader. I'll put it up on the screen right here, but it basically says that when attacking you can flip the top two cards of your life face up. That is the cost. You have to flip those two cards. If you cannot flip two cards, you do not get the rest of the effect. But the rest of the effect reads that you get to ramp a Dawn, and it's pretty good. A lot of people are really scared of it because it lets you go to 10 mom on turn 4 if you play if you have like optimal plays and perfect curve and stuff like that. But yeah, it also lets you do a lot of other absurd stuff. So not only 10 mom on turn 4, I mean, we're talking about 7 mom on turn 3. So like it just really gets strong and feels like it could be really out of hand if the support cards are really busted. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything that I thought I could include about yellow cards, specifically Big Mom Pirates, to help you get started working towards that leader. So if it is a leader you're interested in, which I know a lot of people will be, we've had a lot of success with Kalgara in the past, and I mean, ever since its release, honestly, that deck's been insanely powerful. It's been the best leader for Big Mom Pirates, but this Pudding is going to give Kalgara a run for his money. So, of course, we got the Charlotte Pudding rare here, the searcher that you need to play if you're playing a Big Mom Pirates list. And funny enough, we are getting another Big Mom Pirates searcher in the form of a yellow event, I mean, a purple event. It searches Big Mom Pirates as well as Animal Kingdom Pirates, so you can not only play Pudding, but you can play 4 copies of that event as well. But I do think that Pudding is a little bit better, being a character you can place back in your life with certain effects, and also having a counter on it, that good stuff. But yeah, 50 cents. So if you don't have a playset of these, I would recommend grabbing them now. They did spike up, you know. They've never been anything crazy or crazy cheap. They've never gone past 50 cents. I mean 68 cents, sorry, but 50 cents for a copy. I mean, I'd just go ahead and grab them now before they go up. You know, it's a good card you want to have. It's a good searcher. But then of course we have the alternate art version. So these honestly didn't go crazy like I thought they would have. Here you can see when it got announced that night, they went from 46 up until today. They're at about 57. Your lowest verified is right about 60 bucks. So not too shabby, but I definitely thought we would see more of an increase. That still is a sizable increase, you know, 25% increase, but not anything crazy. I wouldn't recommend grabbing these. I mean, it's not too bad. 60 bucks, you know, it is a good searcher. It searches one of the best archetypes in the game, especially for yellow. But 60 bucks, like if these maybe go back down and you're wanting to bling out the deck, I'd wait for them to go back down to like what they were at, like 45. You know, we see the highest it was back in that price jump back in the end of January, where everybody was clamoring for One Piece, and then they announced reprints and everything crashed. So highest it was back then, and honestly that was the highest point it's ever been since when the set first released. So I wouldn't pay more than 50 bucks for these. Next we got Sparrow, just a really solid 3-drop body for Big Mom Pirates. These have gone up tremendously. You know, these were 5 bucks. There was one point where they were 4 bucks, and they've just started to creep back up. But like from 5 to 8, that's a pretty good difference for a super rare. Your lowest verified is going to be 850, and yeah, it's not terrible, but I hate paying that much for a super rare like this that's that old, knowing that it'll probably get a reprint soon. You know, we do have a Kalgara structure deck coming out in the near future, and I want to put money that almost all of these cards will be in there. So be cautious when you pay for this. You know, $8, $8.50. You know, it's not that much. A playset's going to run you about $30, but I'd say if it was me, I wouldn't try to pay more than 24. You know, about $6 a piece. And then of course we have the alternate art, which did see a big spike. We could see the year graph. The lowest it ever was $20, which was a steal. If you ever snag these up, this card's beautiful. But if you didn't, back at the end of January, they're like 35, dipped down to like 32, and now they're more up at like 50 for your lowest verified, $44.99 with $5 shipping. So $50, just, yeah, I mean, it's just expensive to get this deck all hollowed out. And then next is another one that's always been, I mean, crazy. Honestly, wasn't that crazy back in the day, but then some more leaders came out, more cards came out, and stuff like that, and we just saw a crazy increase in the spike of this card. The highest it going up to $15 a copy, which is insane. And right now, I mean, it's not far behind that. You're looking at $14 for your lowest verified, and that's kind of ridiculous. Don't know how much I would pay for that. You know, this card's good, and I definitely think that with the pudding leader, this will be a lot better, because I do see a list where you're probably turn 2 when you can't attack, you're probably attacking, flipping those life cards up, and then maybe even playing something that'll let you take a life card. So then you'll, especially if you're against a 5 life leader, then you'll be down at 3 life, and this card will be live. It'll be really good. The one thing that I don't like about the pudding leader is, I mean, it gives your opponent free advantage and lets them know what triggers to play around, but some of these cards are so powerful that that doesn't really even matter. So here we have the alternate art, and this one did see a big spike as well, from 35 all the way up to 43 for your lowest verified light play. Got a couple light plays. Near mint is 42.72. Weird number, but okay. Yeah, this one, I mean, it's not as expensive as the others, but I just feel like this one's capabilities are limited sometimes. You know, you have to meet this requirement of having less life cards in your opponent, and in the yellow, that doesn't happen all the time. You know, like, especially if you're playing like Cat, you're at 5 life. A lot of decks are at 4 life, and you're just already starting off on the wrong foot. But with Pudding being a 4 life leader, like I said, I feel like this feels a lot better. So $40, I'd probably wait for this. I'm gonna say, like I say in every video, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but for all of these yellow cards and all the hype right now, I would definitely wait. If you're wanting to pick any of these up, I'd give it a couple weeks, let the prices kind of go back down. You know, right now they've kind of, they're settled. You know, they spiked up, people got the hype out of them, and now we kind of have to wait for it to dip back down. You know, it always goes up and it always goes down. And I mean, if you pay all this money for all these alt arts, or trade all your cards away for them, and then the Charlotte Katakuri structure deck comes out, well, let's say not even the alt arts, but just these supers, you know, like you're paying $50 for a playset of this, and you're paying $30 for a playset of these. And I mean, there's even more we're going to look at. Like, you're just going to end up feeling bad when that structure deck comes out, and then a lot of these copies of cards are in there. You know, none of it's confirmed, but I do believe Japan and the OCG receives theirs here soon, and we will get a sneak preview of what comes in there. So I wouldn't pay more than like $6-7 for this card. I'd probably wait for it to come back down. And then this one, I probably wouldn't pay more than 30. Next we got Tin Mom. You know, this one already has started to come down, because people hyped it up, literally bought it out. I wish I showed it off in that last week's video, because like there was literally like 2 listings left, and they were like $40 a piece, and nobody would buy them. So everybody's undercutting, trying to sell their big moms that they went and bought a bunch of, and then are trying to flip, or had a bunch of them because they knew it was a good card. You know, this was a penny stock for a long time. I mean, it was like $2-3, and it's one of the most powerful cards in the game, and for it to be that cheap is just ridiculous, just because it has that leader locking. Like, we're always going to have more Big Mom Pirate cards. You know, we're always going to have more Big Mom Pirate leaders. They're never going to not make more. Will they all be yellow? Maybe not, but we knew that this pudding was coming. So those people that did pick those up for $2 or $3, and it flipped them for even $6, $7, $8 a piece, like, they made a bunch of money, you know. And that's not what this is all about. But getting these cards, to have them just in your collection, you know, I try to get a play set of every super just so that I have them in case the cards do become good and I want to play that deck. I'm not looking at a $50 play set of Big Moms. I'm not looking at a $50 play set of Charlottes. pair of sparrows. You know, I'm try to grab them when they're cheap. You know, that's why I try to make these videos to help you all out and make sure that you grab these when you can. But like I said, these spiked up to like $20 a piece. We can even see the data on here. People are still buying them. But yeah, let's go back. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, 20, 23, 25, 25, 23, 25. That's ridiculous, man. You wouldn't catch me dead paying 25 bucks for a copy of this. You wanna know why? Because these were $25 right before that spike, and that's crazy to me. These were so cheap, man. $20. Of course, it's not the best artwork. A lot of people don't like this artwork. I think it's kind of cool. I really like Zeus and Prometheus, but Mama herself scares me. And I think that's how a lot of people feel, is this artwork's just a little scary, a little not the nicest. But I mean, for 20 bucks, like, you were looking at the alt art version of this until that SP came out of Wings of the Captain. And now you're looking at almost double that. Your lowest is 38. So not too bad, you know, for such a powerful card. I don't think that's too crazy to ask, but like, when these were that cheap, there was no reason not to buy them. $18 at one point. The lowest it was $18. That's crazy. And then of course we do have the SP, so these skyrocketed as well. Their market price was 100, but I don't think there were any actually at that price point. Yeah, I mean, we can see all the sales. Okay, there actually was. There were some at 90s. That's not bad at all. I guess if you pick these up, you're feeling pretty good now, because this card is beautiful. This looks amazing. I've seen it in person. It looks really, really good. One of the best cards I've seen in a while. And it's just fun, right? Like, this is a super fun artwork. It looks really, really cool. So shout out to all the people. Shout out to all the big moms and all the people that got this artwork of the SP. But 150, wouldn't pay it. You wouldn't catch me dead. Same with these. I probably wouldn't pay more than 30. And then this, I wouldn't pay more than $7. It is a powerful card. Next we got Katakuri, and surprisingly, would you believe me if I said this card didn't go up? Very strange. It's just seen a decline. People are selling these. They're trying to get rid of these because we know a reprint's coming. We know the One Piece card game, the best set, is coming out, and that has like 8 secret rare reprints in it. Not only that, but we do know the Katakuri structure deck is coming out, so people are trying to dump these for 60 bucks a copy, and your lowest near mint is 58. So that's not too bad, but like, man, when we were talking about cats being like $90 2 months ago, I didn't think we'd see it in 2 months from now, these being $55. That's kind of crazy. If these touch the 40s or $40 and you want them, you've been wanting to play them, or you need them for something, if these touch 40s, I would grab them. That's the price I would grab them at. I don't think that's too bad. This one's also seen a decline, and I don't really know why. This artwork's crazy. I have a playset of these myself, but I snagged them up when they were super cheap, when 03 came out and had settled. But yeah, I mean, they're going down as well, and consistent sales too. Like, people are buying these every day. So not sure why they're going down, but 100 versus a couple weeks ago, they were literally 120 and 140. Like, if you know why cat's going down, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your input. But just strange to me. I mean, if these touch like 75, grab them. I'd say grab those. Next we got 7 Mom, and this one went crazy too. This one went all the way up to the 20s as well. This card's just really powerful and has the only the one printing out of the structure deck. Your lowest near mint's 19 bucks. That's crazy. You know, these weren't never like super cheap. They were always like 10 bucks, except for like when the structure first came out and people were figuring yellow out, like they were like under 10. And then in December, like they started to go up and hit like 10, 15, and now they're because of a Nell, and now they're, I mean, like I said, your lowest is about 20 bucks, which is crazy. I would definitely wait on this. That's getting a reprint for sure. Brulee as well. I wouldn't pay $5 a piece for these. That's ridiculous. For a common out of a structure deck, this needs a penny copy, a penny version. Like, it's always been somewhat valuable, at least a couple dollars. So Definitely watch out for this. Make sure that if you have these, you might trade them away if you're not using them. I mean, $6 a copy for this card that we know. I mean, that's getting a reprint. Also has this championship store printing. This has gone down as well. Like I said, I believe it's because of the announcement of that Kalgara structure deck. But 33 is your lowest near mint. I probably wouldn't pay that for these. I mean, if these maybe get down to 20, that'd be okay. Next we got beige, and this is, I mean, just for a rare being $2 is crazy. So if you have beige in your bulk, maybe grab those out. Put those in your trade binder. These are $2 a copy. Insanely good card. Really, really strong in any yellow deck. But it's also seeing a decline. I think people are just fearing yellow right now, and I don't know why. Like, we got a ban list. I mean, if another one were to come out, then maybe I could expect some fear, but like, I don't know why everything's going down. This didn't see much of a spike either. You know, it's actually got a really stable price. It saw a spike back in February, but yeah, I mean, your lowest you're looking at is 38 for the alts of beige. And then I wanted to talk about some penny stocks that I think you should watch out for that might not get a reprint in that Kalgara structure deck. One of which being the Queen Mama Chanter. I really think this card is interesting, and yeah, I mean, you use your leader effect and you flip those cards over and you go this and you rest your stage and add a card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand, and then you get to place a 3 back onto your life, which is can be hard to do, but I mean, it's possible to be able to take your life and then also flip them back down. I don't know, just something interesting someone pointed out to me, and I thought I would include it in here. Another one is Soul Pocus. I always love this card. It's literally big 7 bomb on an event card, so it's not as good being an event. You don't get the body. It does have a trigger though. I think this card's a crazy good penny stock. I don't think this will get a reprint as well, so if you don't have a playset of these, I'd grab them before they're more than 40 cents a piece. This card can go in a lot of decks. It's a lot of fun to play in a lot of different decks, so I'd grab this if you don't have them. And then another one was Daifuku, which is similar to that stage, but when attacking, you to add a life from the top or bottom of your life, and then you add a new card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. So could theoretically cycle out that card and put a new trigger there, so your opponent doesn't know what's there. And then same with Sanji. Sanji does the same thing. Daifuku also came out of that structure deck, so I could see this one getting a reprint, but not so much Soul Pocus or Chanter. Definitely thinking more of the bodies and other cards that have come out of the booster sets. So Sanji, I think is another interesting one. You know, this can be searched by pudding, and it's a 2K, and it does the same thing as Daifuku. But I do like this store promo version. It's pretty cool looking. Its lowest is $10, so that's not too shabby. But if that's not suiting your fancy, then we do have the new regional ones, which are about $26. We have no sales data. There's only been one for 35, but people are starting to undercut and relist these. I'd wait maybe a couple weeks, see if these go down to like 20-15 bucks, because this looks sick. But definitely something to consider. And then here in a second, we're going to take a look at the Enel stuff, all these Sky Island stuff. But I did want to take a second to shout out Dueling Guard. So if you haven't heard of Dueling Guard, they are the best TCG accessory company on the market. They make the highest quality anime-inspired TCG accessories, such as deck boxes, binders, and playmats, and now sleeves, which if you haven't tried out, definitely go try that out. I'm a big fan of them. They're the only sleeves I use now, and I will not go back to another pair of sleeves. Just because of the quality and consistency that comes with them. I love them so much. But if you haven't checked out Dueling Guard, go check out that link in the description below and use code GumGumTCG to get a discount at checkout.
What? You haven't heard of Dueling Guard? Dueling Guard is the best TCG accessory company on the market. They have high quality deck boxes, binders, and playmats made for people who enjoy playing and collecting trading card games in style. They have tons of designs based off of fan favorite animes such as One Piece, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and many more. They hit the ground running earlier this year, making high quality TCG accessories with beautiful designs that have sold out many times. So if you haven't picked up any of their products, make sure to do so before they sell out again. I have a few deck boxes and playmats from them already and can attest to how they don't cut any corners when it comes to quality, performance, and design. I highly recommend their products and use them every time I play cards. Be sure to check the description below for a link to their site and use code GUMGUMTCG for a discount at checkout.
All right, y'all, and I'm going to try and speed through the rest of this because we have been going for quite a minute now. But yeah, let's talk about some Sky Island stuff and then a little bit of generic yellow stuff that I could see going in that new Shandoran warrior leader. I can't remember his name, but I'll pop him up on the screen right now. He basically has an effect where you go Dawn ×1, attack, and then you can play a Shandoran warrior card from your hand that has a cost equal to or less than the Dawn on your field. So theoretically, you could play like a 10 cost with this. You know, we don't have very many good targets for this, and I'm not really going to talk about any of them right now. There are a bunch of commons and uncommons, and none of them are great, except for Wiper's kind of good. But they're all a bunch of commons and stuff, and I would recommend grabbing play sets of them if you don't have them already. They're probably pennies. I'd get you some upper yards. I'd get you some Wipers. I'd get you some stuff like that. There's a couple other ones, but none of them really scream at me. I do believe we're going to get the good cards for this deck in 08, and we should be getting reveals for that eventually as the weeks go on. But theoretically, you could play a 10 cost character card off of this leader effect, and then you could also play a Yamato that same turn and heal. Oh, you have to take the life to get the leader effect to play the card. It's not just that free. You do take a life, but if you're on like 2 life and you do that and then you play Yamato and heal that life back, you just got a 10 cost character for free, like, and a card to hand. So that's all theoretical. You know, we don't know the cards, but you gotta think about the future. And one thing all these cards have in common is the Sky Island typing. So what other better card than Shura? Shura or Upper Yard. Upper Yard does the same thing, I'm pretty sure. And Shura is just a little better, having a trigger, a counter, and being a body. Definitely a card to pick up. It's a penny stonk for sure. 25 cents. Don't see this getting a reprint for a while. Definitely grab these if you don't have your copies. Just a good card overall. And now, this card's crazy cheap right now. $2 for the only really good Yellow Rush card. Like, the other one is the Katakuri that you have to look at life and have less than your opponent to gain the rush. This card just has rush and can't die. Like, if you don't have a playset of these, I would grab them at $2. This is definitely a penny stonk. I mean, even back when it came out, these were like $15 on pre-release. You know, it's just a super, so I can never see it going crazy high. But then again, you never know. So I definitely would grab a playset of these if you don't have them. And then, of course, we have the alternate art, which I love this artwork. I traded mine away when they were high back in January, but now they are way, way low. $16.50 for your lowest verified is crazy. This looks gorgeous. If you have not seen this in person, find somebody that has it and take a look at it, because this is one of the most underrated alt arts in my opinion. I honestly, if you're thinking about grabbing something like this for an NL deck or a deck that you want to put these in, I wouldn't hesitate at this price. I don't think $16 is a bad price at all. I mean, if they go lower, even like some guy got one for $15, I mean, that's a steal in my opinion. Next we have the SP. Now these are all expensive. They've always been expensive, but you know, $86 compared to where it was a while ago at $130 is kind of ridiculous. You know, they were $50 right after the set came out, which was crazy, and people figured out how good Anel was and the character was. But $86 ain't crazy for it, especially like if you're a collector. Like, this isn't a horrible price. It is going down, but you can see like it's starting to kind of flatline, plateau almost. So maybe wait a week or two, see if this goes down at all. But I don't come barking at me if that Shandoran support's good and this card goes back up. 85 isn't a bad card for such a low pull rate on this card. Next we got Gadatsu, just being a good card that you can search off of your Sky Island support. You know, like I said, none of these cards really work with that leader, other than the fact that they are Sky Island typing. So you can still search them off of some of your cards. They're good yellow cards in general. I just think they're good cards to include. Gadatsu alt has been not really all over the place, you know, like kind of just settled around 25. Old dollar store Travis Scott over here. $26 I think is your lowest verified. Yes, $26, not too bad. I think this card's decent. If it were to touch 20 or less, I would say grab it, but $26 seems a little high. Next is Satori. This is definitely another penny stock. If you don't have a playset of these, I'd grab them at $1. You know, like these have always been worth $1 and will forever go up as $1, being a 2K and also a 5K body that you can trigger to play it. Really strong card here. Also searchable. Another penny stock. This card's just really strong. You can play this in anything as long as you play Holy with it. I didn't include Holy in here because he's like a couple pennies. But being 30 cents, if you don't have a playset of these, I'd grab them as well. Really strong card. Next we got Amaru, which is more than I thought it was. It's 50 cents a piece, but really strong card. Get a playset of this if you don't have it. 50 cents. Definitely a penny stock. Now, here's some interesting stuff is 06 stuff. This is going to be more of your good generic stuff too. But Kiku Nojo has always been more than $1 or $2 since its release at the beginning of last month. So, I mean, I don't see it moving much. Like, it's $1.50 rare. Like, if you don't have these, I'd grab them before they go crazy. But I don't see it going up. I don't see it going down. I just would recommend having these if you want to play yellow. Another one that I think is a penny stock and people always forget are these zero cost events. We've seen it in the past with other ones, just being older cards and the only one for that color. But this one's absolutely crazy. This is like the best one that actually it has a good trigger and lets you get some of those dead cards out of your hand. Like if you don't have a playset of this, grab it. I know I've said that like for the past 5 cards, but I'm going to keep saying it. If you don't have a playset of Onami, I'd grab it as well. This is better Thunderbolt on trigger, and then also gives your leader banish. Also has a counter. Really strong card. $1.23. Wouldn't be mad at that at all. You could probably pick these up off of someone at locals for cheaper than that. And then we do have the alt art of this for 80. That's crazy, man. Don't buy this. Like, unless you're a collector collecting this stuff, I wouldn't pay $80 for Onami alt arts. You know, we've seen it in the past with Nami stuff going up, but I was just looking at some other SPs today, and the Nami SP from 05, the Red Searcher Nami, is going down. I know that card has a couple different prints though, but like they're kind of just printing Nami into the ground with all these cards. Not to mention that this also has an SP coming out next set, which will kill the value of this card. Don't buy this. If you have this, I would recommend moving it. I'd get rid of it. Next, another penny stock is Yamato. This card has been up and down all over the place, but yeah, I mean, at $5, $6 for your lowest near mint. I would grab these if you don't have them. This card's insanely strong, and I guarantee you will see play in yellow decks for a while. It's just really good, especially for Enel. Like I said, for that Chandoran warrior leader, if that is like what people are theorizing, like even if it's not, like say there's a 9 cost one, like that's still crazy, man. You're gonna get a 9 cost character into play and then play a Yamato as well and heal one. What are you, queen? Like, geez, dude. Also, the alt of Yamato has gone down tremendously, which upsets me as a queen player, but I don't know why. I really don't. I know the alt arts are starting to dip because people are scared of reprint sets coming. Not really reprint sets, but waves of reprints for older sets, but like $60 for this ain't bad at all. If this goes down anymore, like I'd say if this touches 45, I would grab these. This card's really beautiful and really good card. Just a really good card. Sanjis are actually cheap right now. I lied. We got this guy that's unverified, selling for $4 and $5 shipping. $10 about is your lowest verified, which is not bad, but definitely one of the better trigger blockers in the game, being a 5K body, 1,000 counter, just really strong, you know. Like I don't know if I would pay $10 a copy for these, but it's definitely that yellow hype. If these go down a little bit, maybe to $6 maybe, but I feel like 8's just a little high. And then we also have the alt at 45, which these are cooling off. You know, these had spiked up big time, but they're cooling off. You know, if these touch 30 or 35, I'd recommend grabbing them because that's what they were before they spiked up again. So I'd grab them back down at that dip, but I don't know about 45 a piece. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Shirahoshi. This card's got a lot of prints now, so I just wanted to talk about a couple of them. One of them being the common, 35 cents for this. If you just have this uncommon laying in your bulk, you're sitting at 35 cents a piece. That's kind of crazy for an uncommon, but I would honestly swap those out for these. If you don't have these already and your locals doesn't have these tournament packs, maybe grab these online. Like if you're wanting to step up your commons to a better printing, this card looks really nice, has better artwork. Yeah, 60 cents. This is one of those tournament pack cards. I say this like in every video. Keep your eye out on these. I always say grab these. They're always worth it. If your friends are tossing them or leaving them on the tables at locals and don't want them or giving them out, like, take them. I say they're always worth something. You know, they're always nicer arts of older cards, and this is one of those. So definitely keep an eye on this one. But there's a winter version of this, and then there's also another premium pack version of this. So premium Bandai print. Next we have the dash pack. These actually look really nice. It's a rare, but for $5, I don't think I'd pay it. You know, I don't know. That's just me. I'd rather just grab these at 60 cents rather than $5 for a low saturation artwork when this one's like really vibrant. Then of course we have the pre-release one, which I'd probably take these over this other dash pack one, to be honest. The pre-release one looks cool. I mean, it's just the original artwork, but I don't really like this dash pack. Like I said, it looks like it's low saturation. It looks like they sucked some of the color out of it. But then of course we have the winter card, and I usually like these. I'm not a big fan of this one. I don't like the yellow in the background. It looks kind of ugly. So I'd keep an eye out if you're wanting to get nice Shirahoshis. I'd keep an eye out later this year. I believe it's in August when that premium Bandai set ships, and maybe snag those up. So if you're wanting to swap out your Shirahoshis right now, at least for me, I'd recommend this one. I think it's really pretty. And then I'd go ahead and get the premium Bandai ones in August when those come out. But that's gonna be all I have for y'all today. Like I said, it was a lot of yellow. This was a longer video, and really just a lot of talking in theory. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, make sure to like the video if you haven't already. It really helps me out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We do Market Watch Mondays every single Monday, so subscribe so you know when the next one comes out next Monday. And yeah, if you haven't checked out Dueling Guard, go down in the comments below. Check them out and use code GumGumTCG for a discount at checkout. Join my Discord if you want to talk more Market Watch, if you want to talk more deck construction, anything like that. We have a great community, people very friendly in there, so go ahead and join that. But yeah, that's all I got for you, so I will see you on the next one. Peace.